Hello, this is Leanna with Tippy.com, and we are going to take a look at SteamBalls HD on the iPad. SteamBalls is a match 3 puzzle game, and I think it's a lot of fun. So let's go ahead and jump right into the game. I'll show you how to play. So here's what your game board looks like. I believe you can only play this in landscape. Over here it shows your points and stuff that you've made recently. Over here it tells you what your goal is. Now at some point you will see some other different types of balls, and if we're not sure what it does, we tap it and right here it'll tell us what it does. Up here it shows us what level we're at. And okay, so here's our ball that we have available. It's green. And our goal is to get 3 balls of the same color horizontally. But there's a catch. Down here are these little scales. So when I dropped this ball, it came all the way down and lifted this scale up. Now the way it works is it depends on the weight of the ball. So this green ball had weight 3. This blue one that I have next is 4. And it's not like all green balls are weighted 3. In fact, there's some green balls up here. There's one that's labeled 1, 4, 2. So the weight is not dependent on the color. It's a randomly assigned to the balls. So if I bring this 4 over here, it's heavier than the 3, so that one comes down, bringing the green ball up. If the weight on each side is the same, then it will be level just like these ones are down here. Okay. So, like I said, the goal is to get 3 balls of the same color horizontally. So, let's see what we can do. If we can do that. So, and if you notice, it's the ball, wherever I drop my ball is where, what ball becomes available next. So, if I may want to choose where I drop based on which color I want next, if I have multiple choices. That's kind of one of the challenges of the game. Okay. I might try to get some blues. Okay, actually, there is, well, let me get this one over here. Okay, so now I just need a blue in each of these spots, and then I'll clear out the balls. But I want you to notice, up here there's this weird looking ball that isn't normal. So if I want to know what it does, I tap it, and over here it says it's called a cutter, and it destroys all the balls in the column below it. So that might be a ball I don't want to use yet, because all I have in any one column is 2 balls. So, and they're the same colored balls even, so I may want to keep them. So I'm going to wait before I make that ball accessible. Again, I'm trying to get the blues so I can show you what happens. And there's of course not going to be another blue available forever. I'll just start piling on here. See if a blue one shows up. It's not going to show up, is it? Oh, here we go. We can do green. So, not only is it going to wipe out my horizontal 3 of green, but any other green balls that are touching that horizontal line is also going to go away. Oh, but they were too heavy, so it didn't work. See, so that's one of the challenges. I wasn't paying attention to the weight. And down here you can see it adds up the weight for you. So this whole column has a weight of 10, 3, 6, 6, 4. So you can kind of keep track. Okay, well now then I'm going to show you this other ball. This guy. So he was the cutter, and it says it'll destroy all the balls in the column below it. So let's just toss all of those. There we go. They're all gone. Now let's see what I can do with the green balls. There's also something else that happens. Oh, there we go. I got a column of 3 and all of those green balls that were, a row of 3, and so all of the balls that were touching it went away. There's another thing it does, which I'll show you right now. If you get 5 in a row, in a column, sorry, I get my rows and columns mixed up, then they collapse into a single ball that shares the same weight that all of those balls have. So right now my weight's 11, adding this one will put it at 13, and watch what happens. And now I only have 1 ball, but its total weight is 13. So if you're trying to get the balls to become less, that's the way you go about it. That's pretty much the gist of the game. Here's another one of the fancy balls. It's a bomb. It says it destroys the balls. It destroys the nearest balls around itself. I don't really have enough balls around to really make it interesting. Let's see. Let's see what I can do. Let's drop it here. So it destroyed those balls. There's some other ones up here just so you can get an idea of the kind of stuff. There's Sting. It destroys all the balls within range of its spikes. The one above that one is a Chrome Gear. It doubles the points for destroying a row of nearest balls. Using extra gears increases the effect. So there you go. That's the idea of the game. The game ends when, kind of like Tetris, when you get up to the top and it's too full. Right now I'm only at level 2. It's pretty easy, but as the game progresses, it does get a little bit more difficult with the choices that it gives you. Yeah, so there we go. To get out of the game, you hit this little switch to off. Yes, I want to exit to the main menu. And now we can look at some of the other stuff. If you have an OpenFaint account, this game works with that. I do not have mine set up because I forgot my username and password. But it's you know, if you've used OpenFaint, then you're familiar with it. It's basically their social gaming, so you can share your scores and stuff like that. It has a nice little tutorial you can see about the extra balls. So here's a list of all of those different type of fancy balls that they have, and you can go ahead and see what they do just by tapping them. But again, you can also do that in game, which is really, really nice because they have a lot of fancy balls and there's no way I could keep track of which ball did what. You can also play an in-game tutorial, which I did, and it was helpful. The game isn't too hard, but it sets up the game so that things work nicely so they can tell you how to do things. It's a very good tutorial. I was impressed with it. The options, your effects, your music, the slide control. Sorry about that. The battery on my other video camera died, so I will finish this up with my iPhone 4. We were just looking at the options, and I think we're pretty much done with that. And all there's left to see is they've got more games where you can see the other games made by this developer. And there we go. That is SteamBalls HD on the iPad, and I am Leanna Lofty with tipbee.com. Thank you.